What is up with it? Today we got a 4.8 billion blue Doflamingo versus a 3.8 billion Rob Lucci. Looks like the Doflamingo won the rock, paper, scissors and chose to go first. Looks like they kept a Perona Sengoku. Almost all hands with the Perona versus Luchi you want to keep. Especially with the Sengoku. Because it allows you to, on 5 Dawn, play the Sengoku. You know, um, those two cards in conjunction really help you look deep to find your Jinbeis. Would have loved to see the Jinbei in the opener, but it's fine. Here's a move that I personally really like that I don't see many people do. Just bouncing your Law, bouncing your Perona. You know that Law is only going to swing 5 next turn anyways. So by bouncing it, what you're doing is you're getting to see this extra card. And you're preventing yourself from having to counter out. Because they're going to swing. Or a lot of the times what they're going to do is they're going to go 9. So, just saving a card. Okay, here, not the greatest find. Honestly, maybe we could have... maybe we could have grabbed the teach, but I like this too. Because next turn we're on 7, so we could have potentially teached. But now what we're doing is we're setting ourselves up just to reuse the Sengoku again, right? Like, so we've already seen our opening 5 cards, a 6th card here, 5 through Perona. I think we saw like 3 new ones off Sengoku, something like that. So 5, 10, 11, plus 3. We've seen like 14 cards deep. Now we're going to get to draw. So that'll be like a 15th card. And then we'll play Sengoku to start our turn. So we'll have seen 20 cards deep by our 7 Dawn turn. Feels like a lot of the time when we're digging through 20 cards, we're going to find that Jinbei. And if we do find that Jinbei off this next 5, now we're going to get to go play Boa. And then Boa gets to dig 3 deep. So we're just digging for those Jinbeis, especially in this matchup where the Jinbeis are so powerful. And our opponent does have 9 cards in hand. They're going to swing, and again, we're just going to take this. A lot of matchups I'd want to use the Perfume here, just to keep digging. But the Perfume is so strong into Luchi specifically, I think we'll keep it. This is the Kaku. Not too many Luchis play the Kaku. Also, not too many Luchis play the Kuzan. We kind of didn't talk about that too much. Kuzan's really fallen out of favor. Super strong card, but it seems to run into that problem that he ran into just this turn, where it just gets bounced, right? So, pretty interesting deck building so far, but they're seeing quite a bit of success, so maybe they're onto something. And yep, exactly, just what I was saying. We are digging so much. This player feels like they got high rolled, right? Once they see this second Jinbei come out. But when you're digging through the type of cards that we're digging, you're just gonna find this stuff, honestly. I think we're just always playing Jinbei Mihawk here. And then yeah, now that we've taken those first 2 hits, we're really gonna get to defend this Jinbei. It's hard for me to imagine us doing anything other than the Mihawk here. Surely they guard out of this. Oh wow, they don't. Okay, so they're just absolutely no fear about putting. They're on 8 Dawn now. Wonder what's in their trash. Even if they've got like a Gecko here, they can only remove 1. They don't have like a Brook on board or anything like that. Okay. Okay, so going for a Brook. Okay. Swinging 5, that's fine. We're always countering out of that. Probably with the Perona. Or actually, the Jozu could be even better. I think I like the Jozu here. We're probably going to have to give up a 2K here, which is fine. Maybe the buggy is a slightly better counter there, but I don't think it matters too much. Here, yeah, I kind of like bouncing. Um, could be the Kuzan or it could be the Brook. Uh, okay, looks like we're going for the, and then yeah, just putting, you know, they got 10 cards in hand. Now we're going to chip them away for a bunch. We're going to get to Mihawk draw 2, which means we know we're going to draw into that Gecko um, and see one more card. We'll get this Gravity Blade out of our hand, which isn't the strongest. We could have chosen to spend, yeah, I think this is a really strong turn. For sure. Zyros really thinking about how to counter here. I mean, you're going to have to start countering some of these 5s. Probably just planning which ones he's going to take, which ones he's going to counter. It's not unreasonable to take this one and then counter the next ones. You know, just give yourself more options since you know the numbers are so limited. Really thinking about this counter. Okay, gives us the 1k. Yeah, I think I really would have preferred to have just taken, right? Like, you know these 5s are coming. You can kind of decide how many of them you want to take based on your hand, but I think you counter out of them later than sooner. Because, like, what if that card he just took off this last Jinbei was something that he was happy to counter with, right? Drawing double Gecko is definitely not bad because we're expecting these Jinbeis to get removed for sure. Don't think we need the Perona anymore. Honestly, I think I would have almost preferred the keep of the Perona over the Sengoku, but probably doesn't matter too much either way. Our hand is going to get taxed here quite a bit. They're going to swing at us a few times. But it really shouldn't matter too much. What's the scariest turn the Luchi could produce here? They could triple remove with like a double Tempest kick full Gecko combo. I'm not exactly sure what's in their trash. And then they'd get to swing. Okay, so we're on pace to start with that. And then they'd get to swing 5, 6. So they'd get to remove 3 things off of that. And it would only take 1 card out of their hand. That would be really strong. I'm still not sure that would really save them. They're in a pretty tough situation, honestly. But maybe. Maybe. It really depends on, you know, if they had a lot of counter to back that up, and then also another Gecko after that, then they maybe could stabilize. But you really don't want to be going into your 10 Dawn as the Luchi at 1 life. You know, really 3 life on your 10 Dawn turn is really where you want to be. You might be able to get away with 2, but being at 1 here is just so scary because you really cannot afford to take another damage, or you just get binked by the femur. So the Luchi player really in the tank, trying to figure out the best way to do this. Both swings have already gotten countered out. There's still 4 cards in hand. If you swing another 5, it's for sure getting countered. You only have 8 Dawn left. Okay, minusing the Mihawk. Makes sense. If you're going to get rid of... They're all 5 bodies besides the Pudding. And the Mihawk is the only non-vanilla on board right now. So, definitely don't hate trying to get rid of the Mihawk. Okay, so he is swinging 5. So that leaves him only with 7 Dawn. That means we're not seeing any big Gecko combos. That, to me, just means the game is over. If the Luchi isn't able to have the Gecko here on the 8 or the 10 Dawn turn, I can't imagine a world where they stabilize. Okay, going for another Brook. And then a Luchi. Okay, so they did get the triple remove, but they're not getting big, um, that big body, right? So now all we got to do. Okay, so we can swing 5 there, and they take. So now they only have 4 swings. Um, hmm. Honestly, we can just bounce with law, right? And then swing twice, and either they die this turn or they die next turn. Um, the boa looks really, really tantalizing, but we have perfume in hand, so we just don't have to do all that. Um, I would have honestly preferred bouncing the pudding there, um, but I think it doesn't matter too much. Um, it's they can't counter out of both the 7 and the 9. Now we do the 9. Really, to survive this next turn, they'd need double Rebecca and just a handful of counter. Um, there's no other way you get there, I don't think. They'll start their turn with 7. So even if you go like double Sabo, you still die. If you go Rebecca Sabo, you could live. But you're really asking a lot from a deck that only plays like 7 or 8 2Ks. So I think this game was a bit interesting. This Luchi never saw Gecko, which obviously strongest card in the game. So if you don't see it, it feels kind of bad. And this player saw several Jimbes as they were just digging and digging and digging for it. So it was a good win. Definitely should be Doffy favored when they go first, and this player doesn't seem Gecko. So I don't know how much there really was to take away from this, but an interesting watch nonetheless. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.